Welcome to the Iraqi Dinar Update channel, your trusted source for the latest news, analysis, and insights on the Iraqi dinar. We provide up-to-date information on exchange rates, economic developments, and key financial trends affecting Iraq's currency. Whether you're an investor, trader, or simply keeping an eye on the market, our channel delivers accurate reports, expert opinions, and government policy updates to keep you informed. Stay tuned for real-time updates and in-depth discussions on the future of the Iraqi dinar. In the world of foreign currency investment, especially concerning currencies like the Iraqi dinar and Vietnamese dong, misinformation and fraudulent schemes abound. One of the most persistent and dangerous scams involves individuals or groups promising investors significantly higher exchange rates than what is officially offered by the Central Bank of Iraq, CBI, or any other legitimate financial institution. When someone approaches you claiming they belong to a group with special access to a tiered exchange system that allows them to pay you a much higher rate than the central bank can, you should recognize this as a major red flag and run in the opposite direction. These individuals are not financial experts with insider knowledge or access to privileged financial opportunities. Rather, they are con artists, thieves, and liars who prey on the hope and desperation of investors looking for significant returns on their currency holdings. They construct elaborate narratives about secret exchange tiers, exclusive deals, and preferential treatment from financial institutions, all of which are completely false. The truth is much simpler. They are using your dinars and dongs for their own profit. What typically happens in these schemes is that the scammers collect large amounts of foreign currency from unsuspecting investors, promising them that they will receive a much higher exchange rate once a supposed revaluation or reinstatement occurs. They may even provide fake documentation, contracts, or official-looking agreements to make the scheme appear legitimate. However, instead of fulfilling their promises, these fraudsters deposit the collected currency into bank accounts, often in Iraq or other foreign jurisdictions, where they can generate interest or use the funds for their own financial gain. Many investors fail to realize that their money is being used without their knowledge or consent. While their funds sit in these accounts generating revenue for the scammers, the victims are left waiting indefinitely for a payout that will never come. In some cases, the scammers may string along their victims for months or even years, periodically providing small payments or updates to maintain the illusion that the process is legitimate. This technique, often referred to as affinity fraud or Ponzi-style payouts, keeps investors hopeful and prevents them from asking too many questions. For those who have already handed over their currency to such a group, the best course of action is to demand its return immediately. No legitimate financial institution or exchange process operates in secrecy or requires investors to relinquish their assets with vague promises of future wealth. If you have been approached with such an offer, you should firmly reject it and, if necessary, report it to the appropriate authorities. Law enforcement agencies and financial regulators take currency fraud seriously, as it often overlaps with money laundering and other financial crimes. A critical point to understand is the concept of exchange rates and the economic realities that govern them. No country can arbitrarily set a dual exchange rate where one group of individuals receives a significantly higher rate than the official market rate. Doing so would create a massive economic imbalance and would be considered illegal under international financial regulations. Any claims of a secret, tiered exchange system where dinars or dongs can be exchanged for $5 or $6 each are entirely fictitious. Such claims defy fundamental principles of economics, monetary policy, and international banking regulations. Money laundering is another major concern tied to these scams. Moving large sums of foreign currency through unofficial channels and unregulated transactions can trigger legal consequences not just for the scammers but also for the unwitting participants. Many victims do not realize that by engaging in these fraudulent schemes, they may inadvertently be complicit in financial crimes. If authorities trace illicit financial activities back to their funds, they could face serious legal repercussions, including asset forfeiture, fines, or even criminal charges. The history of financial fraud is filled with examples of similar schemes preying on investors with promises of extraordinary returns. From Ponzi schemes to investment frauds, scammers have long exploited human psychology to lure victims into parting with their money. The foreign currency market, particularly with speculative investments like the Iraqi dinar, has become a fertile ground for these deceptive practices. Investors should remain skeptical of any offer that sounds too good to be true, because it almost certainly is. Education and awareness are the best tools against financial fraud. Understanding how currency markets work, recognizing red flags, and staying informed about common scams can help investors protect themselves from falling victim. Legitimate currency exchanges operate transparently, with clearly defined rates based on market conditions and economic fundamentals. Any transaction that lacks transparency or requires blind trust in an unverified group should be treated with extreme caution. Ultimately, the safest approach for anyone investing in foreign currency is to keep control of their assets and only engage in exchanges through licensed and regulated financial institutions. No special group, secret process, or exclusive deal can override the fundamental principles of monetary policy and economic reality. Those who claim otherwise are not offering a unique opportunity, they are running a con. For those who have already fallen victim to such scams, it is important to take action immediately. Contacting authorities, seeking legal counsel, and warning others can help mitigate the damage and prevent further victims from being ensnared. The more people who speak out against these fraudulent practices, the harder it becomes for scammers to operate. In the end, financial security comes down to informed decision-making and vigilance. Do not be swayed by grand promises of wealth that defy logic and economic principles. Protect your investments, stay informed, and most importantly, do not hand over your dinars or dongs to anyone making extraordinary claims. The best safeguard against fraud is knowledge and a healthy dose of skepticism. Thank you for tuning in to the Iraqi Dinar Update channel. We appreciate your support and engagement as we continue to bring you the latest news, analysis, and updates on the Iraqi dinar. Be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. Stay connected with us for real-time insights, expert discussions, and market trends. Until next time, stay informed and keep watching for the latest on the Iraqi dinar. See you in the next update.